Okay, so today I'm going to be kind of going over just a review of this whole course basically. And so in chapter 1, we learned exactly what sociology is and how there's so much diversity and like exactly what makes up a society in itself. So, and even when I say like diversity, I don't just mean like the color of somebody's skin, but who they are as a person and where they came from and why they act the way that they do. Also in this chapter, we learned about the Enlightenment, which was a very cool concept to be like brought up again. I've learned about it before in like throughout middle school and high school. But it was cool to be able to see how it, affects a person's like reasoning in their day-to-day life. So chapter 2, we have culture. Now culture has been taught to me, I feel, my entire life. I mean, all the way from elementary school to high school, they taught you like, oh, culture's this, culture's that. So I almost got a little frustrated, like kind of seeing it being brought up in this class, and then I realized I'm taking a sociology class, and that probably makes sense that it would be brought up here. And I almost didn't really want to go through that chapter and just kind of like skim through it and be like, oh, it's okay, like I already know what it is. But I didn't. I took my time through it, and being able to learn about like the different types of factors that contribute to culture, like mass media and social media, was really cool. Like compared to what I had learned previously, it was very nice. Like, actually learn something new about culture this time. And now we have chapter 3. This is when we learned about like the science behind sociology, and it was kind of refreshing to be able to be like, oh, this is still science. Like, we are learning the exact same thing that we would learn normally in science, and the research methods in science are going to be the same no matter what. So it was cool to be able to see that what was brought over from what I would normally see as science to now sociology. That was very nice and refreshing to be able to be like, okay, I already know what this is. I know how to research for this class. And just learning about this overall was very simple for this chapter, at least. Now we have the factors that develop sociology in a person for chapter 4. People develop due to very many reasons. They can develop due to personal reasons or to cultural reasons. And there really are just so many ways that you can grow as a person in a society. And there really is just unlimited ways. I mean, there's so many different reasons and other factors that could affect you to change the way that you interact with people in a society. Now, in chapter 5, we learned about micro and macro factors, which was really cool. I had never learned about these before. The only micro and macro that I had ever learned was micro and macro economics. So it was like I had already kind of known what the words were, but learning about how it affects sociology was very, very interesting, and I was glad I was able to learn that in this class, and I didn't just take this class for the credit, and I actually wanted to like learn about sociology. So I'm very early on still in my college career, but I really did. I'm glad I took this class. So, and I wanted to just say thank you for this class being amazing, and all the people in this class have been so nice, and all the discussions have been great, and I'm just really glad I took this class. I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much.